Ever find yourself like knee deep in holiday prep and you're like, wait a second,
Yeah.
wasn't this supposed to be fun?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
where'd the joy go? And you know what? You are so not alone.
Mm-hmm.
That is exactly the tension that we are tackling in today's deep dive.
Okay.
And we're using Diwali as our lens.
And it's a good one because even if you don't celebrate Diwali,
Right.
the questions this essay brings up about tradition and meaning and just modern life,
Yeah.
they're really universal.
They totally are.
Yeah.
So we are diving into this personal essay, and it really grapples with how to keep those traditions meaningful in all the chaos of modern life.
It does. And the author starts by taking us back
Okay.
to their childhood,
Yeah.
Diwalis. Just the pure magic of it all.
Okay, but get this. 2 bags of fireworks.
Whoa!
2, I can practically smell the gunpowder and
Yeah.
hear those little snaps.
Yes.
It like takes you right back.
It does. The author does such a good job at really painting that picture
Yes.
of those early Diwalis.
Yeah.
The excitement, the new clothes. It really is about the anticipation and just the joy.
The joy. But then, we grow up.
Right.
And things change.
Things change.
And the essay does not shy away from that at all.
No.
The author really talks about how, for a lot of adults, especially mothers,
Yes.
Diwali prep can become this whirlwind
Yeah.
of cooking and rituals.
Yeah, it becomes a lot of responsibility, doesn't it?
It does.
Like all of a sudden it's like childhood joy kind of gets, overshadowed by that responsibility.
Yes, and it really makes you wonder what happens to those traditions
Yeah.
when we become the adults.
Yeah.
How do we navigate that shift?
Yeah, how do we go from carefree celebration
Right.
to all the weight on us?
Yes, and I think that's something that so many people can relate to, regardless of what holiday you celebrate.
Oh, of course.
And the author really dives into that by describing their mom's homemade Diwali treats.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got mountains of Muruku,
Okay.
which is this crispy, savory spiral.
Okay.
At Hirasam,
Yes.
that Thai.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, gulab jamun.
Okay.
Those little melt-in-your-mouth sweet milk dumplings.
Yes.
Soaked in syrup.
It sounds amazing.
Oh, my God.
Like a feast.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But the author also reveals kind of the other side of that.
Right.
Which is the exhaustion.
The exhaustion.
Of it all.
Yeah.
Their mom even ended up hospitalized one year from pushing herself too hard.
Yeah, it's funny because we often focus on the positives of holidays.
Yeah.
The joy, the food, the togetherness.
Right.
But then there's this other side.
Yes.
Where it's like it's emotionally and financially and sometimes even physically taxing.
Absolutely.
And we never really think about that.
Ugh. Yes, that feeling when you are stuffed.
Yes.
But you've got like 3 more helpings to go because you don't want to offend anyone.
Exactly.
It's like this hidden cost of tradition.
It is.
Right.
And you know what it makes me think about?
What's that?
It's like this rule that's unspoken in a lot of families.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, don't complain, just be grateful.
Oh, yeah. Totally. It's so true.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes that pressure to be grateful can actually make it harder to connect with what we're celebrating.
Absolutely. And the essay actually, it takes on this interesting tension.
Okay.
And the author starts to question this whole tradition of neighborhood food exchanges.
Oh, like where everybody's like
Yes.
sharing their homemade treats?
Exactly.
Which on the surface sounds so
I know.
wholesome and celebratory.
Right, like the essence of community.
Yeah. But the essay kind of challenges that a bit.
It totally does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, the author actually found that these exchanges would often feel impersonal.
Really?
And even a little, judgy.
Interesting.
Like it became more about showing off than actual genuine connection.
Yes. And they even call it a culinary competition.
Yes.
Which I was like, yes.
So good.
That is exactly what it is.
It's like you're putting your heart and soul into this.
Totally.
And then you're like, wait a second.
Right.
Am I being judged right now?
Yes.
Like, I just wanted to share my love of this food with you.
And it's like it becomes more about the competition than it does about
Exactly.
the actual meaning.
It's like you're just going through the motions without asking, why are we doing this?
Right.
What does this even mean to me?
Yes, and that's what I think is so interesting about this, because it doesn't just leave us with those hard questions.
Right.
It actually offers some solutions.
It does.
Like it explores.
It's not about saying this is the right way to celebrate.
Right.
It's saying like, what if we tried this?
Yes.
What if we took some of that pressure off?
Totally.
And bought ready-made treats sometimes.
Yes.
Or what if we focused on more potlucks?
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah, where it's collaborative.
Yeah.
Everyone can contribute what they can.
It becomes more about
You're not expected to do it all.
the collective enjoyment.
Exactly.
Rather than like the individual performance.
Yes. And it's really about...
What resonates with you, listener?
Yeah.
Like how...
Have you found any ways to like adapt traditions
Yeah.
without losing the heart of them?
Yes. Let us know, because I think it's so much about...
It's that balance, you know?
Yes.
Of honoring the tradition.
Yes.
But also like making it work for you today.
Right. Because traditions aren't static.
Exactly. They evolve.
They do. They totally do.
Yeah.
And speaking of evolution,
Okay.
you know, this essay is about Diwali,
Right.
but it really got me thinking about all the holidays that we
Yeah.
celebrate.
Of course.
What other celebrations could use a little bit of this
Yes.
honest reflection?
Reflection and maybe reinvention.
Yes.
Like, what traditions have you grappled with?
Yes.
What feels most meaningful to you? And are there any that you're like,
Yeah.
you know what? I think I might change this
Yes.
or adapt this.
It's easy to just go through the motions, you know?
It is.
Especially with traditions that have been passed down for like, I don't know, generations.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like you just
do it.
Yeah.
But it's like when we take that time to really examine them
Yeah.
and maybe even challenge them a bit.
It's like you hit the cause button
Yes.
and you're like, wait a second.
What feels authentic to me?
What do I actually? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How can I honor this? But
Yes.
in a way that brings me joy.
Exactly.
Not just feels like, ugh, I have to do this again.
Here we go again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about reclaiming that joy.
It is.
And I think that's what this whole deep dive really comes down to.
Absolutely.
You know, we just kind of scratched the surface here.
We did.
But it's got me thinking so much about how our culture and our families
Yeah, it all plays a part.
and our own values
Of course, yeah.
really shape how we experience these celebrations.
Definitely.
Huge thanks to author's name
Yes.
for that essay.
So good.
Really, really thought-provoking.
It really was, yeah.
You can find a link to the full piece in our show notes.
And for everyone listening,
Yes.
the next time you are prepping for a celebration,
Yes.
ask yourself, what brings you joy?
Ooh.
How can you amplify that?
I love that.
And you know what, on the flip side,
Yeah.
what are some things that maybe you just let go of?
Yes.
You know?
It's like Marie Kondoing your traditions.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Right. Does this spark joy?
Yes, exactly.
No, get rid of it.
Get out of here.
Amazing. Well, on that note,
Yes,
this has been another deep dive.
it has.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank